best car show you can find on the internet. It is funny and informative, the idea behind driving with gloves is to show also cars which are not very known. Cars like the Samantha, the Gnarle, the Yes, the Roadster, or a Seat. So not only the newest supercars are shown, but the classic cars which are very rare, and most of the time way harder to drive than a modern car. All presented by the suave presenter Cowboy Star. Why does car drive with gloves? Cause answer can only be, why not?
Behind me you see a statue of William Tell, the founder of Switzerland in 1291. Or must I say, the fairy tale founder of Switzerland, because everyone knows the story how William Tell shot an apple from his son's hat.
I am Julián Motel.
I am sorry if you didn't know that story.
I am sorry.
But why do I tell you this story? Well, let's find out. Because I will start my review in the village where William Tell was born. It is called Bürglen, and Bürglen is on the foot of the Klausen Pass. So let's put on my gloves and drive. Hi, my name is Cor, and welcome to my channel, Driving with Gloves. I always drive with driving gloves. Your question might be, why does he drive with gloves? And my answer is, why not?
If you listen to this music, you are aware that you are going to be entertained by a great car show called Driving with Gloves.
One of the most famous mountain races in Europe was held in the early days of motoring here on the Klausen Pass. So let's start this Blackpool Rocket. The Klausen Pass Race was a legendary Swiss hill climb race that holds a significant place in the history of motorsport. Here is the story behind this famous event. The first official international Klausenrennen was held on the 27th of August 1922. The race course stretched 21.5 kilometers, approximately 13.4 miles, from the village of Linthal to the summit of the Klausen Pass. So I actually started on the wrong side of the Klausen Pass, because I started at the opposite direction, because I drive from Bürglen to the top of the Klausen Pass. It was a dangerous route with 136 curves, including 57 hairpin turns, and a dramatic altitude change of 1237 meters, about 4058 feet. The roads were not a smooth tarmac. Drivers had to contend with a natural road surface, often gravel, while reaching speeds of up to 200 kilometers an hour. Remember, we are talking about racing cars from 1920s and 30s, so the racing drivers were real daredevils, like I am. Yeehaw! The winners list reads like a who is who of pre-war racing. Rudolf Caracciola, in the silver era of Mercedes-Benz, set a new track record in 1934 with an astonishing time of 15 minutes and 22.2 seconds. This record set in his Mercedes W25 has never been officially broken. As a modern petrolhead, you are certainly aware of the Bugatti Chiron, the successor of the Bugatti Veyron. But what most people do not know is where the name Chiron comes from. Louis Chiron was a Monegasque race Bugatti here on the Klausen Pass. And then there was the famous Hans Stuck, known as der Bergkönig, the king of the mountains, for his skill in hill climb racing. He also participated in the event. He also participated in silver arrows for Mercedes-Benz and Auto Union. The original Klausen Rennen came to an end in 1934, partly due to the growing speeds and dangers of the cars and the economic climate. The finish house at the top of the pass, built in 1932, still stands and serves as a museum dedicated to the history of the Klausen Rennen. But I'm driving up the Klausen Pass from the other side, which is more dangerous and not suited for racing. But therefore, I'm low flying in a Blackpool Rocket. And you are not familiar with the car brand TVR, you might think, what on earth is a Blackpool Rocket? This is a Blackpool Rocket. Or is this a Blackpool Rocket? No, it is actually the Blackpool Tower. The car make TVR was founded in 1947 in Blackpool in England by a guy called Trevor Wilkinson. He did not call his company Wilkinson, but he took his first name Trevor and skipped a few letters, so it became TVR. Rocket must be very fast, but I'm not pretending flying to the moon as the Americans did in 1969, but I am flying up the Klausen Pass. Also, Peter Wheeler was a great pretender, and I'm very glad that he owned TVR from 1981 until 2012, because in this period he created some very nice cars. And since Peter Wheeler was even taller than I am, the driver's seat fits perfectly, even for a tall person like me. I've seen a video of a painting elephant. Peter Wheeler even pretended that his dog Ned designed a Chimaera, the model I'm driving today. Look, this is what the dog designed. It just bit a piece out of the clay model, and Wheeler said, "Good dog," and put some indicators in the gap. When Wheeler took over TVR, they were producing the ugly wedges, since wedge design was extremely popular in the 1970s and 80s. But Wheeler wanted something different, so he started producing the more classic S-series. But in the early 90s, he came up with a spectacular car, a so-called Porsche and Ferrari killer, the TVR Griffith, named after the Shelby Cobra killer from the 1960s. Carroll Shelby took an AC8 and put a V8 in it and called it AC Cobra. The 1960s TVR Griffith was born from a rivalry. Jack Griffith was a friend of Carroll Shelby. Griffith bet Shelby that he could create a car that could beat the AC Cobra, so he built the TVR Griffith. The new Griffith, which looked
today.
Look how beautiful this car is. Although technically identical with the Griffith, it looks completely different, from my perspective more beautiful, and many others thought alike. The TVR Chimaera, built from 1992 till 2003, was a commercial success for the company. While precise figures can vary, it's generally accepted that around 6,000 cars were produced, of which only 600 of the 500 model. The Chimaera is still the most sold TVR model in history.
Like in the Griffith, you had 5 engines to choose from. There was the entry model with 240 HP, the 4-litre model. Then you had the 400 HC. It is not quite clear what HC stands for. Some say high cam, others say high compression. You had the 430 and you had the 450. And then you had the top of the range 5-litre model, which I'm driving today. All were hand-built in Blackpool in England. Of all Chimaeras, there are less than 10 here in Switzerland. Probably all 500 models, since Switzerland is hugely rich.
In the past, TVR had a bad reputation for low build quality. Many cars were stranded at the side of the road, but the good thing is that the cars which survived are in a good quality. In this car, almost everything has been replaced since new, so even the outer riggers have been replaced on this car.
This car is from 1998 and was already imported to Switzerland in 2002 and is well maintained by experts.
To get inside the car, you need to touch the mysterious mirror. Isn't that a cool thing? But it can get annoying if you want to use the huge boot in the back of the car. There is absolutely no way to open it from outside. Once inside the car, there is no way out, since this is only an ashtray. Turn this around and the TVR will release you into freedom again. Even the buttons to open the windows are hidden. You see, the TVR Chimaera is a one-of-a-kind hand-built car. Only thanks to Bruno Wolf I'm able to show you the delights of the TVR Chimaera. Do you know Bruno Wolf? He is not only the president of the Alfa Romeo Duetto Club Switzerland. This master chef from loup-culinaire in Switzerland is more than just a cook. He is an unforgettable experience. With his commitment to seasonal regional cuisine and a flair for creating magic fresh on site, he makes every occasion truly special. Whether it's an intimate private gathering or a large corporate event, you can book this exceptional talent to cater directly in your own home. And when he steps away from the stove, his passion is classic automobiles. That very same drive for perfection and timeless elegance is precisely what you'll find reflected on your plate. Book Bruno Wolf for your next event, the taste that endures. The TVR Griffith and the TVR Chimaera share a common chassis and a range of Rover V8 engines. They were marketed to slightly different audiences and have distinct characteristics. Both models have no electronic aids, like ABS or traction control, so we die like real men. The Chimaera was designed to be more practical for daily use, with a larger boot and overall bigger dimensions. The Chimaera is also a bit longer than the Griffith, which provides more interior space and, as I already said, a larger boot, making it more practical.
Obviously, although the Griffith and the Chimaera are the same cars, the Chimaera was way more popular, so they were built 3 times more. So it's the more desirable car from my point of view, because it aged beautifully.
The TVR Chimaera 500 with its 5-litre Rover V8 engine produces a peak torque of 434 Nm. This significant amount of torque, available at around 4000 RPM, is a key reason for the car's impressive acceleration of 0 to 100 km an hour in 4.1 seconds. It has a power output of 340 HP and reaches a top speed of 282 km an hour.
Is this 30-year-old TVR a Ferrari killer? Well, let's have a look at the performance figures of the popular V8 Ferraris from that time.
The TVR Chimaera 500 stands out for its raw, unfiltered performance. With a large displacement V8 and a lightweight body, it has the best 0 to 100 km an hour acceleration in this group, outpacing even the more modern Ferraris. Its power-to-weight ratio is a testament to the TVR philosophy. However, TVRs are known for being less refined and more demanding to drive than their Italian counterparts. But do I mind? No, not at all. But why does this TVR have such a strange name? Obviously, did Peter Wheeler have a love for Greek mythology, since the closed version of the Chimaera was called Cerbera.
I've now crossed the Klausen Pass and arrived at Lindau, the other side of the Klausen Pass, which is the starting point of the legendary Klausen race. You see that I'm now totally dressed up as a 1930s racing driver, so let's see if I can crack that record time of 1934 from Rudolf Caracciola.
The name TVR Chimaera is derived from the mythical creature of Greek mythology, the Chimaera. The Chimaera was a monstrous fire-breathing beast composed of parts from different animals, typically with the head of a lion, the body of a goat, and the tail of a serpent. The name was chosen for the car because, like the mythical creature, the TVR Chimaera was a fire-breathing entity built from a combination of different components, primarily sharing the backbone chassis and Rover V8 engine derivatives with its sister car, the TVR Griffith. While the car itself was a well-integrated design, the name was a fitting reference to its powerful performance and the way it brought together disparate parts to create a unique and potent sports car.
There was a radio in this car, but I didn't use it because the V8 rumble is music to my ears. This Chimaera is not a widowmaker as the Cobra I filmed 2 years ago. It tells you in advance when it wants to kill you. But it is a practical car, and here, thank you. A practical car? Yes, it is. And if it would be more practical, it wouldn't look so damn good. So let's give it some beats.
Since it looked so exceptionally good, TVR decided to bring a new car on the market 4 years after the launch of the Chimaera. This new model was not an open two-seater, but a 3+1 coupe, which was based on the Chimaera's design. The car was called the Cerbera, named after the Greek mythological dog Kerberos. And did I crack Rudolf Caracciola's record time from 1934? Well, for this video, I did. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Driving with Gloves with this beautiful TVR Chimaera, the Blackpool Rocket. Special thanks goes to Bruno Wolf. Without him, I wouldn't have the opportunity to drive and to film this car today. See you soon in a new episode of Driving with Gloves.